Bitcoin is trading within yesterday's range. Basically, my update from last night, which is where I was highlighting the new daily range we were looking at, ideally looking for, a sweep of the previous day low, reclaim, and at that point we'd be looking for a long setup, right? Up towards, we have a few, key areas here, which was the daily pivot, which is the average of price from yesterday, as well as the Monday high, the overall range high, local gold pocket, and this is actually the key level that really separates us from the major range that we've been trading in since February. So just a short-term, outlook. Potentially has, the ability to grow to some more upside, but just a day trade nonetheless, right? So obviously we got just that. A little tough to manage over the night, right? Because we basically got, we had this, huge drop. You were pretty much regarding the previous day low as resistance, a little pop back in overnight, another drop down overnight. But ultimately this morning, and it's just one of those times where, realistically, trying to hold a trade overnight and these are just, once again, short-term positions. I mean, because most of the time, if, for me specifically, right, I'm going to look to enter a position, probably not going to have this wide of a stop loss just for a short-term play, right? Because ultimately, while we're down below this region, we have other areas that we're targeting. But overnight, I'm not able to, manage that position as well as I would like to, aside from just putting a stop loss. But, really you're just asking to get stopped out, which this would have, at least for me. So I actually had a position, ended up just closing it out pretty much break even area before bed. And then, like I said, glad I did so, because I definitely would have been stopped out of that. Otherwise, looked for, a reclaim up in this region, basically bouncing our head right at the value area low, which is the range low, our previous day low, but pretty much just reclaim the VWAP, right, which is our volume weighted average of price. That's what we wanted to look for to kind of start getting the idea that, all right, we might actually break back into this region. This whole thing could have just been looked at as, once again, a sweep of the low, right? Stop at anybody looking to long from yesterday, anybody that got long in this region right here. Obviously had their stops put in below this low, stopped it out, then below this low, stopped it out, then below that low, stopped it out, and then even below that one, right? So came in and stopped that one out as well. So finally you get a position. New York Open occurs. Right here would have been, the ideal area to enter, and then we're looking for a few targets, right? So one of them was just met, the daily pivot, which is the average price from yesterday. Now we're looking to run yesterday's range. We've got a new daily level up here, the Monday high, value area high. And like I said, generally the gold pocket's not necessarily there anymore because we went a little lower than originally. But that is where I'd be looking to target up to in the short term here for the rest of today. Like I said, take profit has already been initiated here, which was a pretty good move. 2% for the day. Potentially 3 to 4% up in this region if we get to it, and then we'll reevaluate from there.